You know, they say once a soldier, always a soldier, and soldiers will be having on set tonight to discuss this again. I was supposed to have two of them on set, but one of them as well, because of the rain, says that she will not manage to come all the way. But shortly, yes, I mean, they will be joining us virtually, and I think thanks to technology, then we'll be speaking to Loko Wario Guracha, as well as none other than we'll be having also Lucy Mukita, and of course will be joining us. Those ones, Lucy is a KDF Women Service Corps, then of course joined later on in Nanyuki. She was, and she'll be telling us her experience. Lucy is the one who's worked with General Francis, and I mean, as she shares that experience, I hope we can get to that moment, of course, of appreciating what it is that our soldiers do. But on set this evening, we are delighted to have Purity Abner, a veteran, of course, in relation to the question of military officer, of being a military officer as well as under the KDF. So she's going to share her experience. 6 years she was there, but then again exited the space. I was trying to ask her why, but then again, that is story for another day. Thank you, Purity, for creating time.
Thank you.
You're so pretty. Karibu sana.
Thank you. You're so pretty too.
Thank you. It's good to have you this evening. I'm also trying to get her calmed down. She says, well, it's the very first time we're here, and therefore we do not know how to behave. It's pretty much an easy space, and we are here just to hear the beautiful story of Purity, the beautiful story of none other than Loko Wario, who will be joining us virtually, as well as the beautiful story of Lucy. Say hi to the people who are watching tonight, even as we allow you a moment to, you know, a moment of silence, or perhaps a moment to pass your condolence message to the persons, of course, who lost their lives, and of course the family and friends.
Right. Well, hi, my name is Purity Abner. I'm an ex-veteran, I'm an ex-soldier, and a member of Females of Valor. So I would like to pass my condolences to the family, for the families of the fallen heroes. Yeah, we are grieving with them. It's very sad, and it's very tragic, and so yeah, we are really mourning with them.
Right. Yes, and we have the ladies online already. Oh, nice. Not just yet. All right, okay, we'll be coming back to them. Purity, we are here, you know, even as we mourn, you know, the show must continue. And therefore we're here to have a conversation with you ladies. Just get to understand your beautiful stories and your experiences, you know, serving the people of the country. So 6 years into it, what got you into it, and at what age? Because you look rather young.
Yeah, so first, why did I join the military? I can say it's passion. You know, I was so passionate about military and everything. I was born in a military background. My mom and dad were in the military. My mom is still serving, but I lost my dad on the way. So I really loved to see my dad and mom in the uniform and all that. So I was like, oh, God, when I grow up, I want to be like them, you know. So, and I was so interested in, you know, the guns and all that. So when my mom used to come home with her gun, I was like, God, I mean, this is so cool. I would like to hold this one day, you know. And I was asking my mom questions. I mean, how does it work? Can you take me to the range and all that? But, you know, kids are not allowed. But again, I was like, so I was just so much interested in that. So I was like, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to be in the military. And then and the movies that I used to watch were like these action movies, Angelina Jolie in action and all that. And I was like, I want to be like Angelina Jolie. I want to fight for my country. I want to be that girl, you know. So yeah, so I joined the military in 2013. I was 18 years old. So, and then I went to RTS. I did my training it was a 6-month course. And then fortunately, I was the best female recruit. And I was awarded by His Excellency, the former Uhuru Kenyatta. It was his first pass-out parade. And I was so excited, you know. I was like, we were like 2,000 recruits, and then I was the best. I was, you know, all that. I was so excited, you know, and I really made a lot of people proud. And I remember before I went to the unit, the CDF back then, Karangi told me, you know, in Swahili was like, msichana, na hii isiishie hapa. I want to see you with that power. Nataka uende nayo Navy and you make me proud. I want to see you shine there. So those words, they really hit me, and I was like, what did he mean? I mean, there's something, you know. So when I went to the Navy, so I started doing my own research, and I was like, I really want to be in elite combat, because, I mean, being born in the military background, I used to know about Rangers and Special Forces. But again, I was like, can I really do the Rangers course? Yeah, you know, and when you hear about those courses, when you hear about those trainings, I mean, they are very tough trainings, you know, they are very tough. So in the Navy, there's this unit called, it's an elite special boat unit. And there's no woman who has ever tried. You know, like we have two. We have divers and we have special boat unit. So in the divers, I heard there was one woman. I was like, we already have a woman there. Right. So special boat unit, we don't have a lady. And I was like, let me join this. Yes. So, you know how the society is. People will try to put you down. You know, to other people, they thought it is kiherehere. But for me, I was like, no. I want to prove to these people that we can do this. I mean, we need to break these barriers. There's nothing like this is for men and this is for... No, you know, like how the world is. I mean, I don't want to say military, but how even the corporate world is, you find that the tough jobs are meant for men, and then the women, mostly it's just administration, stewardships, and, you know, steward and cooking and all that. But for me, I was like, I know who I am, and I know what I want, and I know what I can do. So I went into special boat unit, and I passed. I can say it was a tough one. It was a tough one, because even the first week of that course, you know, like you have to prove yourself first, because there's this selection period that took 2 weeks. The selection period took 2 weeks. It included like every day, like 200 push-ups, 200 press-ups, swimming, and all that. Then running around like, you know, like 10 kilometers and all that. So we started when we were like 35. So other people dropped, and then we remained like 20 people, like 20 or 19. Yeah. So
all these others are men?
Men, and I was the only female.
You're the only female.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So fortunately enough, I completed my course. Yes, and people, I mean, I know I made so many people proud by that. And then since then, I became an instructor until when I exited the service. And I can proudly say that I've trained 4 classes of Rangers and Special Forces and paratroopers. Yeah, and I can say that I'm so proud of myself, and I've really empowered so many ladies. Right now here, we have like 2 females in SBU. And I'm like, wow, okay. It's
beautiful to see that.
It's so beautiful to see that I have other women joining it. I mean, because they had this assumption of, oh, no woman can do this. You know, women, we are built differently, you know. And I could get questions like, so when you get in your period, how will you do that, you know? And I was like, yeah, by the way, how do I do that?
And then you figure it out.
Yes. Yeah.
That's beautiful. It sounds like that was your place. You know, that is basically what you wanted to do in life. And then 6 years down, you just decide to drop all that?
Yeah.
I will not ask you why. But are there moments where you feel like maybe it wasn't the right decision to make?
Yes.
And there's nothing you can do to reverse that? What are the rules like?
The rules?
The rules, like, I mean, you have gotten here, you have stepped out, you probably would wish to go back. What is the rule like for the game in terms of, you know, are there openings where one would just decide, okay, once a soldier, always a soldier, I want to get back to service?
So, yes, I have those times that I really want to go back, because I say I was born for this. You know, for me, it was passion. And military to me it was not a job. It was not a job. It was something that I loved doing. I loved whatever I did. Oh my God, God knows. You know, and so we have this rule that when you exit, if you stay outside for more than 3 years, you are allowed to go back as a constable. But again, between those 3 years, you can still go back to your position and to your rank and all that. But again, you know, I had to do something different, you know. I felt like we have ladies out here in this industry that needs to be empowered, that need to be mentored. And I felt like, I think I'm the right person to mentor them and to do that.
And we'll be coming to understand some more what it is that you do. But I'm also told that there's a rule, and I think I need to do a bit of reading so I can understand this better, that you probably are not allowed to exit the military once you are in, and if you do, then, I mean, the officers, basically, the forces, the military itself will always be on your cases. No. It's neither here or there.
No.
Those are just stories that
those are just stories. I mean, those are just stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 6 years into it, and perhaps what are some of the memorable moments that you can remember, you know, that would perhaps shine your experience and, you know, speak some more about your mission, speak some more about, you know, what would trigger you to feel like, oh, I wish I was still there.
So what I can say, one person who, like, when we had missions, I always volunteered, you know. Then, you know, we used to have these crazy missions, like, oh, you know, like we have a ship in Kiunga and it needs to be boarded. Like there's this thing we had called VBSS. Okay. This is basically like we have a ship that, and then the people from the MOC are trying to get rich off, but again, they cannot, you know, reach them. So we are sent there to go and see if those people are all right. And if, you know, so I remember this one night, our officer came, and it was like, you know what, guys, there's a ship, and we are trying to raise the captain, but we cannot get any answer from him. So he was like, I need volunteers to come with me and board that ship. I think it was from the Philippines. And I was like, oh, I want to
I am
go.
the volunteer here.
I want to go. You know, I really didn't care. It was at night. I was in my shorts and T-shirt. I was like, I'll go. So I took my gun and we went. So we reached there at around 8 p.m. And let me tell you, it was crazy. The waves, it was cold. And then the officer was like, you know, we have to go up there. I was like, up there? Let's do it, I'll go. But again, I'm like, but how do we go up there? So again, so good enough, those people responded, and then but again, we needed to visit that boat and all that. So they sent, they sent a rope down, and then we were tied, and then we were like being pulled up like a bag of rice. I feel
like I'm actually watching a movie. Like you literally used to do that.
Yes, and I'm being tied with my gun. They took me up. We searched that ship. It was a very big ship, you know, and again, I was like, this is my first time to really search a very huge ship like this, you know. So like, because most of the time the ships that we used to search, it was during the training and all that, were a bit smaller. They were actually boats, but not a small boat. We have ships that we call patrol boats, but now this one was so big. It was a cargo ship. My goodness, it took around 3 hours to search and all that, to clear everything. And now we needed to go down. I can't see my boat. It's very dark. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Depending on the rope as well, to go back down.
Yes, and the officer was like, so I was like, sir, do you need to go down? He was like, do you want to sleep here? I was like, no. Yeah.
We're going down.
Yes, and they had to take me down with the rope and all that. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy, and I loved it. You know, I love crazy. I love crazy. I mean, I find joy in those crazy stuff.
Yeah, the three kind of things. Oh, man, I am literally waiting to hear what it is that you're doing right now that perhaps would bring in some element of craziness. But, you know, you share some of these challenges and some of the concerns and some of the troubles in the stories that you give us. But what are these notable ones that are unique, you know, to ladies? These ones that will actually get you saying that, you know what, we'd probably wish for things to be done better for the ladies in the military.
Repeat the question again.
I'm saying, what are some of these unique challenges that you have, you face as ladies? Because in your stories, I pick some bit of challenges, but I can imagine there are specific things actually that you would consider a challenge, and you would say, you know what, I think we'd want this addressed different for the ladies in the military.
So for me, I can say is, let me start with societal stereotypes. You know, that is our main challenge. People not believing in us that we can do it. You know, because as I told you before, like when I volunteered to join this unit, I got backlash from people. You can't do it because you're female. Yeah, it's not
but your mom was there.
My mom was
there. They
there.
did not see that?
This is elite combat.
Okay.
It's an elite.
This is
it's an
way,
elite.
all right.
It's way.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
it's crazy.
Okay. So people who understand are the ones who are telling you this is rather too tough.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were like, we have done this before and we didn't pass. You won't do it. So I feel as women we are judged not based on our strengths, but just because of gender, just because I'm a woman. So it's automatically that I can't do it, So I think the society needs to be educated, people need to be educated, and so that we can, stop this, backlash and all that, and looking down upon women and all that, oh, she's a weakling, she can't do this and all that. And then, I mean, let me just say worldwide, people see women as they're meant to be in the kitchen, they're meant to just take care of kids and all that, and then now they don't see us beyond that, they don't see us beyond that. I mean, we have a few men who really support us and a few women who really support us, because they say even we have women who hate on other women because they feel like it's a competition. Right. They feel like if Purity is shining, or maybe she's a competition, and then they don't see anything from there. Okay. And then, basically it's just that. I think women need to be supported, because I don't want to talk about, the other things that we experience and all that, because it's normal and we have to go through that. Right. And I don't feel that we can be helped in any way, because,
this one's you're
supposed to face, because I'm a woman and all that. Yeah.
All right. And, I can imagine how many other women have been told you're not capable of doing this and being backed off. It must be quite unfortunate. And I hope that then, of course, will be off our faces as a people, so that we can allow our girls to go out there and shine. I'm told Wario is online and set already. Wario, guess Wario got into the military at what age? Maybe at what age she will tell us, but sometimes in 1985. Served for 12 years and, of course, exited to a different space. Wario, if you can hear me. You can hear me? Yes, Loco Wario Buracha is joining us virtually. Jambo, mama.
Mzuri.
Niko salama, eh?
Niko salama na wewe?
Asante, niko salama pia. Tuko hapa na Purity.
Naelewa, eh?
Wario is actually still the driver of the MD of Postbank, right?
Ni kweli.
Ulikaa muda gani kwa military? Labda tupatie story yako kidogo. This one is a senior. If she was here, you'd have given her a salute?
Yes.
All right, it's okay.
Niliandikwa 1985.
Ndio.
Nikatoka 1997. Nimeserved for 12 years. Nika join Postbank until now.
Wow. Until now.
Yeah.
Nini kilifanya ukatoka, au labda ilikuwaje, na what was your experience like wakati ambao ulikuwa unafanya kazi kwa military?
Wakati huo hatukubali kuolewa. Hatukubali kupata watoto.
Okay.
Hiyo ndio imefanya sisi tutoke wengine. Yeah.
Kwa hiyo sasa naona hapa unasema wewe ni mama. Ulipata watoto hapo baadaye au?
Nilipata baadaye.
Ulipata baadaye.
Yeah. Lakini sisi ndo tumewatengenezea wale saizi wanaendelea. Waolewe. Wapate mchumba. Kutoka usaidizi wa General Toche.
The Tonje rules ambazo zinazungumziwa sasa hivi sana.
Yeah.
Ni vizuri sana, mlifanya vizuri. Ilikuwa tofauti sana, manake nazungumza na Purity hapa na anasema huenda labda vile vitu ambavyo anaweza kuviangalia kama challenges, labda huo wakati ilikuwa tu ni lazima uvipitie, na hata wakati huu ni lazima wavipitie hivyo vitu. Kuna vitu vingine vipi ambavyo ulikuwa unaona vilikuwa tofauti sana kwa wanawake, na tofauti wake saa hii, yani labda unaweza ukaona hii ilikuwa hivi, lakini kwa sasa tulishughulikia mambo yakabadilika, na labda military imekuwa sawa, huenda hata kama ingekuwa hiyo miaka ungerejea na ukae.
Ni kweli, lakini hawa saizi wako na starehe mingi sana.
Kweli,
kama sisi tulikuwa kwa
starehe kama nini?
That time tulikuwa tunafunga boot na wanaume. Hatukubali kuolewa. Maisha ilikuwa ngumu. Kama unajua una watoto na una mchumba, ni ngumu sana. Lakini tunashukuru General Tonche kwa vile alitengeneza kila kitu rules. Yeah.
Alright, tukiendelea, sijui kama huwa unafuatilia sana labda hizo rules ambazo ni za Tonje tunazifahamu, na kwa kuendelea, sijui kama umekuwa ukifuatilia sana vile military iko, manake Purity hapa pia aliingia kule ndani akatoka. Bado hatuzungumzii ni kipi ambacho kilifanya akatoka, lakini na assume huenda labda kulikuwa na challenge pia ambayo ilimsukuma. Tukiendelea hivi in future, ni vitu vipi ambavyo unaweza ukataka labda tofauti ku make sure that hata even as they enjoy, tunasema kwamba wako na vitu vizuri saa hii, wanajienjoy, iwe hata ni zaidi?
Ikuwe zaidi, wajienjoy kabisa. Wakati wa tulikuwa hata 20 peacekeeping, hawa saizi wanaenda.
Aha, kwa hiyo wewe hizi challenges ndio zilifanya ukatoka. Kwa hiyo sasa hivi unasema ukawa driver kwa muda gani? Immediately au baadaye? Na pale kwa military wewe ulikuwa unafanya nini haswa?
Nilitrainiwa as a driver huko. Immediately tu vile tulitoka training. 1986, from that time I'm driver. Yeah.
Wacha tuzungumzie hili swala la gender equality, turudi kwa Purity kidogo. And we all know that you know, with the stereotype, then of course we'll have the issues or concerns of gender, not so much of balance, not so much of equality. Maybe because most of the women would want to shy away, maybe because during the time of recruitment they prefer to recruit more of men than the women. How do we address some of this?
Well, you know, what I can say is first, you know, women, we have our own weakness, and we cannot run away from that. You know, what I can say sometimes, at the end of the day, you cannot compare ourselves with men. They have, I mean, they are naturally strong.
Yeah.
You know, and being in the KDF, like joining the training, it really needs like physical. We have this, I mean, the training is physical.
Yeah.
Physical. There's runnings, there's this, there's carrying, it's called FSMO, there's so many stuff, which by the end of the day, the way even women we are built, you know, sometimes we tend to, you know, to back out. So what I can say is we really need to support our women, and we need to understand our women. We need to understand, they need to understand us. Let me say us now.
Yeah.
They need to understand us that we are built differently, you know, because at the end of the day, I cannot do what Peter is doing. You know, Peter is a man and I'm a woman. You know, like we have, let me say it, we have sometimes periods, and you know, period comes with mood swings and all that, you know. So you find that I have my sad days and I have my happy moments and all that. So this is something that men should understand, you know, and because it's not wrong. Whatever we are experiencing, whatever we are going through, it is not wrong. And all we need is the support. We don't need another person to be putting me down and all that, and make me question my worth, you know, because I don't know, but it's crazy. It's crazy out here. It's so
you have probably had a sitting with Mom, you
Yeah.
know, when she shared her experiences,
Yes.
maybe to a point of view, wishing to be part of service, you know. And she has maybe told you what was there back then when she was getting into service. And you have experienced what it is that is here today. She still is serving. What are some of these, you know, that stories that she's shared that you perhaps would wish to share out there, and, you know, you'd also want that the policymakers would look into?
All right. So first of all, my mom was part of the Women's Service Corps. Let me start by saying I really love my mom. Mom Gladys, I really love you so much. So my mom left the service when she realized that she was pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, with me.
Okay.
So she left the service because I mean it was either you terminate the pregnancy or you continue with your career. Okay. But she has to choose me, you know. And I really thank her for that, because if she chose the other part, we could not be sitting here today. So sometimes she was like, oh, you know, I left the service because of you. I stayed out to take care of you. And then my baby brother came, and then my baby sister came, and all that. So she stayed out for a very long time.
Oh, and then she went back? Yes,
now she went back.
Okay.
She went back after my dad, you know, passed away. Because what I can say is my mom really loved my job. But now you see, when we are living in a society whereby, oh, because you're pregnant, you cannot do what you love. You know, you cannot do what you love because you are pregnant. And it's normal. We are women, you know. I mean, we need to, you know, at the end of the day, we are women.
Has that changed in any way? Because then we have the Tonje rules, and we appreciate the rules, but they're not enshrined in law, and therefore they're not legally binding. It's changed?
Yes, it's changed.
Okay.
And like for us, we are privileged to go even, we were even having the maternity leaves and all that. But again, when you join the military, there's this period that you're required to go through some classes before you get pregnant. I mean, you're not supposed to get pregnant at all, all right? Like for like 3 years, or for like 3 years, yes, before like you get pregnant,
now
you need
decide,
to complete your classes and all that. Okay. But again, if you choose to be pregnant, like you won't be fired like the way it was back then, but you'll stop your classes, you'll stop, and then you have your baby, and then now you come back, you start again. Now you see that it's also challenging, because you find that there's this person that we were employed together, and now she has had to stop her classes, and then now she will join back after 3 years. Now in terms of ranks, you know, and then now in terms of rank, I will give her a rank before her, and she'll has to wait with my juniors so that she can get her rank. For me, I feel it's a bit demoralizing. You know, at the end of the day, she was like, oh, I was employed with Purity, and now Purity is a corporal, I'm still a senior private, just because I had a baby. For me, I feel that's wrong. Shouldn't be like that. It's wrong.
Here we are. Wacha tuzungumze na mama. Unanisikia, Wario?
Nasikia.
Asante sana. Umezungumzia sheria za Tonje. Sijui kama wewe uliwahi kufanikisha kupata faida au kushiriki katika faida hizi za hii sheria ambayo ililetwa, au wewe wakati ambapo ulikuwa umeondoka tayari haukuwa na uwezo wa kufanikisha au uwezo wa enjoy hizi sheria kama wanavyosema wazungu?
Mimi nilitoka kabla hiyo sheria kupitishwa. Sisi ndo tuling'ang'ana hiyo sheria ipitishwe, tuliomba sana.
Kwa hiyo ulifaidi kidogo?
Kabla.
Ulifaidi kutokana na hizi sheria?
Nilifaidi.
Iwapo una binti mdogo na akaja kwako kukuambia kwamba mama, ninaweza nikapenda kuingia katika jeshi, unaweza ukamwambia ndio au la au vipi?
Nitamwambia ingie, kwa maana hiyo jeshi ndo saizi imenisaidia nikajua kuendesha gari, ndo imenifikisha pale nimefika saizi.
Aha, tumepata masikitiko mengi tu kuhusiana na ajali ambayo ilitokea hapo juzi. Sikufanikisha kukupatia wakati na wewe kutoa pole zako au risala za rambirambi. Labda nikupatie kwa muda huu.
Ninawaombea wote waende pale pema kwa iponi. Hizo ni ajali, hizo ni amri ya Mwenyezi Mungu, hatuwezi zuia. Kwa familia, poleni sana wale walipoteza wenzao.
Asante. Hasa wewe labda utupatie hadithi yako kidogo. Ilikuwaje mpaka ukaingia katika jeshi? Najua kuna vitu vingi tu ambavyo vinaangaliwa. Yako ilikuwa kwa vipi?
Nilikuwa napenda sana vile wanafanya uniform zao. Vile wana match. Nikahakikisha nimeingia. Nilikuwa msichana mdogo sana. Nilifikisha tu 18 years wakati huo.
Ulikuwa 18 years?
Yeah.
Nini haswa ulifanya? Ulipitia njia, sijui labda kama ilikuwa tofauti, the recruitment process here. Ilikuwa tofauti au ilikuwa na utofauti gani? Maanake tunajua kwamba kuingia jeshi si jambo rahisi.
Wakati wetu ilikuwa rahisi sana. Hata tulikuwa tunatafutwa kutoka nyumbani tukuje tuandikwe.
Mnaambiwa kujeni, nani anataka kuingia jeshi?
Yeah. Na kwa saizi ni ngumu. Unajua watoto wetu wamesoma wengi. Wako kwa nyumba. Tunaomba hata wapate kazi.
Right. Vizuri sana.
Wakati walikuwa ngumu. Saizi unajua watoto wamekuwa wengi, watu wamezaa wengi. Population ndio imekuwa kubwa na kazi hakuna.
Kweli. Asante. Let us talk about the process of recruitment. How was it like for you? I have tried this before in Luton's. Let me not shout much. Or the running, or the checking of, I don't know, your teeth, your food, and your feet, both of them. I don't know, your hands and all that process. You went through all that yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's hard.
And at that point you're crossing fingers that you sailed through.
Yes. I remember for me, I went to Kisii. So, and we were required to run like 6 times. Like we have a very huge field. So good thing is like, the good thing is that I was in sports by that time. I was playing handball for Moi Air Base. So it was crazy, when I went there, I didn't expect that number of women. We were so many. Oh my God, we were so many. And then they were in shorts, they were, they are built up. I was like, oh my God, will I make it? And I was so tiny by then. So we were required to go like 6 laps. And then they were checking our feet and all that. So many things disqualified me, but I can say it's by faith and again passion. If you're passionate in something and you're like, I have to get this. I deserve it. Again, yeah. Yes, like I deserved that. I knew it was my day, and so first I had flat foot.
Ooh, okay.
And they said you're not supposed to have flat foot, but again I was flat foot. Like my feet are so flat, so that was already
a disqualification.
Yeah, but the laps, I really. God, I was number 1.
So then you ran all the way. They can't tell you no.
Yes, and the recruiting officer was so excited. I was like, who's that lady? I mean, by the way, I ran so well. And I was number 1, and they gave me this card, and I went straight. And the recruiting officer was like, I really want her. I just loved the way she was running and all that. And
committed to.
Yeah, and that's how I was selected, but it was not easy. It was not easy. Because I used to train like every morning. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. I was training.
Before?
Yes, before.
Okay.
Yes, I was training. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. I train, and then I used to check on my diet, and then at also 5 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Asante. Mama, labda kabla tukuachilie, kama unanisikia.
Yeah, nakusikia.
Wacha tuzungumzie swala la advice. Unaweza ukawaambia nini mabinti ambao labda wangependa kuingia katika jeshi leo hii, ambao wanakutizama, ukawaambia kwamba labda nilitoka nikakwenda upande huu, lakini kuna vitu vizuri tu ambavyo vimekuja baada ya sisi, na kwa hiyo jeshi sio sehemu mbaya.
Jeshi sio sehemu mbaya. Naomba tu wale wasichana wanataka kuandikwa kazi, waende waandike, watafute riziki yao. Hata mimi mpaka saizi, kwa hiyo mwaka yangu bado ninafanya kazi. Na wasigope. Pale niko jeshi ndio imenifanya nifikie hapo. Kama sio jeshi singekuwa najua hata Nairobi. Naomba wasiogope kuandikwa kwa jeshi.
Kuna vitu vingi tu ambavyo labda mtu anajifunza akiwa pale kwa jeshi. Zaidi ya udereva, ni kipi ambacho unaweza ukasema ninatoka kwa jeshi niko hivi, labda ni mtu wa hekima sana kwa ajili ya jeshi? Ni nini haswa ambayo unaweza ukasema ulitoa pale ambayo imebadilisha maisha yako?
Mimi nilikuwa sharpshooter. Nilikuwa napiga shabaha. Tulikuwa tumefundishwa kupiga shabaha, tumefundishwa kufanya training ya ya nini parade. Hizi zote nimejifundisha huko.
Wewe ni mama wa aina gani? Mkali sana, kwa sababu wewe tunasikia unajua mama yake ni jeshi au baba yake ni jeshi. Hapo hakuna mchezo kwa hiyo nyumba. Wewe ni mama wa aina gani?
Mimi ni mkali sana.
Hatari
na hata kazi yangu mimi sichelewangi na mkanga 4.
Yeah. Oh, 4 in the morning.
Yeah, 4 in the morning.
Nice. Kwa hiyo pale nyumbani discipline sio mchezo.
Sio mchezo. Hivyo ndio tumefundishwa tukiwa jeshi.
Nice.
Kila kitu ikuwe discipline. Kazi yako ukienda usichelewe.
Usafi.
Ukuwe msafi. Na upeak time.
Asafi, asanti sana. Coming back to you, the Tonje rules, they speak of the Tonje rules, with high regard, in terms of the changes that it brings. We say it's still not binding as such in terms of laws and all that. But then again, they're here and they have guided the activities of the military in a very streamlined manner. What are some of the limitations that you would say are under these rules, such that, if advanced, if made law, then they would be better?
The selection period. I mean the ratio. Like, I feel it's like 2 to 10. So for me, I was like, I believe like I don't know. We are special in our own way. That's what I can say. So if even the selection could be like, what I mean, like like even if it's a 4, I don't know. I'm talking 50. I don't want to go to 50-50. Let's not go to 50-50.
37.
I don't want to go 30-70 hapo ama hata 40-70 kidogo inaweza kuwa sawa. Alafu pia the nini hii ambayo like the 3 years thing, the 3 years rule that if you get pregnant then classes na cut right.
Yeah.
For me, I feel, because I've seen most of the ladies being frustrated by that, it's, for me, it's very frustrating, by the way. Yeah, so if they look at that, for me, I think tutakuwa sawa. And also another thing is, I don't know, maybe labda ni mimi, I don't know, for me, I felt like, easy frontline. Wakitujaribu kidogo. May I believe women are smart, because most of the missions that I've gone, neza jipiga kifua, because I can say like nimesaidia sana.
Yeah.
Like when you go in areas like Lamu, like when we have these women, like women don't like being searched by men.
Okay.
And the presence of a woman there searching these women and all that, huwa inasaidia sana. For me, I feel like pia if women can be given this chance to join these elite combat things and all that, because I feel kuna wale wenye wanataka kuenda. But again, those tough questions. Why do you want to get here? Do you, it's a bit,
All right. Turejee kwako mama, labda tukikuachilia upumzike, maanake unasema kwamba 4 AM utakuwa uko chini,
Yeah.
Upo. Kwa hiyo tumewapoteza maafisa wengine, tunasema pole sana. Ni nini haswa unahisi tunatakikana kufanya ili kuhakikisha kwamba usalama ni jambo ambalo limeshughulikiwa zaidi? Kuna kitu ambacho labda hatufanyi vizuri? Maanake tunapozungumzia masala ya usalama, labda ya jeshi wenyewe na zaidi ya yote ya raia wa kawaida, tunaona kwamba kuna kitu ambacho labda hatufanyi sawa. Wewe unaweza ukasema nini?
Watu walewe hapo ni mambo ya Mungu. Ile hata accident imetendeka, hiyo ni amri ya Mungu. Hiyo hatuwezi jua, kuna pale tunaona watu wamekosea. Ajali ni ajali.
Ni lipi ambalo unafikiri tunaweza kufanya ili kuzidi kusukuma ajenda ambayo alikuwa nayo, ambaye ni Generali Francis?
Tunaomba tu mwenye atapata nafasi yake, arekebishe kila kitu vile ameacha.
Ndio.
Vile amesema atatengeneza kila kitu, tunamwombea tu mwingine apate tu vile alisema.
Asanti sana mama, labda nikuachilie uende ukapumzike, basi ukisubiria kufanya kesho. Una la mwisho la kusema?
Sina, nashukuru tu vile umeniita hapo. Niko mbali, ni vile mvua ni kali ndo nimeshinda kuja.
Asante sana kwa kuzungumza na sisi jioni hii ya leo.
Asante sana.
All right, thank you. Lucy, we could not get, Madam Producer? All right, yes, Lucy, we could not get, as earlier on also, Lucy, we had appreciated the fact that she had a chance to work with the fallen General Francis, but all the same, we shall try her some other time. We come back to you. What is this that you're doing different that got you actually coming out of the military?
Well,
now currently, what is this that you're doing? Yes.
Yeah, so I'm in the private sector, and I'm a security manager. So, and I'm pleased to say that I'm currently the only female bado. All right. Yes, I'm still breaking barriers.
Nice.
I'm still breaking barriers. I'm still mentoring young women. You know, yeah.
That's a beautiful thing to do. So you're managing, or you literally, you know, literally part and parcel of, you know, the men who go out there to make sure that everyone is safe and all that.
Yes.
Or when you manage at that level of the office?
No. Like, first, Nyoku ensure the safety and security of the client's premises.
Okay.
Yes, and the safety of everyone, every employee. Yeah.
You know, we're literally trying to visualize you in uniform or something like that. Do you? Or not anymore?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but of course on the policy level and all that.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
When you speak about empowering the girl child or the ladies out there, what are some of these things that you're actually doing to see this, you know, fruition?
So, so first of all, I can say that the young ladies, you know, like some of them are very unsure if they're supposed to be in this male-dominated industry or not and all that. So some of them tend to say, oh, if, you know, like, I don't want to talk about security only, but we have also other, you know, careers and all that, like the engineering and all that. So we have women who feel, can I really do this? You know, I don't feel I can do it.
Right.
You know, so for me, just mentoring them because we have these classes that we do have, like, it's like a webinar thing that we usually speak to these young girls.
Yeah.
You know, the women, these young girls who feel like, oh, how can I manage to be, how do I manage, you know, like, for me, I like sharing my story a lot first. I like sharing my story and telling them the challenges and how I overcome them. Yeah. You know, through that, I feel some ladies who are usually mentored and all that kind of a way. So, and I feel like when now they're joining this industry, they're kind of like prepared. So basically for me, it's just to prepare them, empower them, you know, mentor them as much as I can and tell them, like, you don't need to be scared, you know, it's just like a job like the other. And so, yeah.
This perhaps would have been our first question, and I'm sure these ladies get to ask you this a lot.
Yeah.
From the battlefield to the corporate world to the boardroom, what was the transition like?
Oh, God. Let me tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy because first, I was born in the barracks, right? And then I was in the military. So I'm a whole different person. And now I'm joining corporate world. You know, where there's, oh, you should not say this. You should conduct yourself in such a manner. You should wear a tie. You should stay smart. You should not yell at someone. And me here, I'm used to yelling at people. Where? Energy? Where? Come at me. And now, and now here, I have to behave, let me say, I have to behave like a human being.
Modest and
yes,
girl.
Yes. You know, like my first year, it was very tough for me because I didn't know how to conduct myself. You know, at some point I was like, no, I don't think I belong here.
Yeah.
But again, I've gone through so many classes. Like, I've even gone through anger management class. Let me tell you, my anger was always here.
Okay.
Was here. If you tell me something yenye haendani na mimi, I deal with you there.
Yezekani manake pale.
Huwezi niambia. And there was one time I was told, Purity, I think now you need to behave like a woman. Yeah, you need to behave like a woman. Don't always be rough and all that. But again, I was like, it's me. You know, it's me. I cannot change that.
Right.
But I had to change because this is another world, you know. And like, you find that the things that I used to do, people used to find it weird. Like, what? Like, you know, this boldness.
And I thought coming to this other side, you probably would be shining better because then you're disciplined, you know, there's the element of cleanliness from the military, there's the element of making sure that things are done and in the right time. How is it that you found it different?
You know, first, you know, the corporate world, first, hata ukiangalia when they want to hire someone, first kuna swali ya, do you have any police or military background? Because now integrity, discipline, tuko nayo kabisa. Hiyo nayo iko. And then tunafuata sheria to the core.
Yeah.
You know? But again, now there's these things. Hizi zetu ze tushazoea. You know, I understand that kuna askari wako na bado PTSD and all that. Imagine having somebody with a PTSD working out there na bado akona, you know, that. It's crazy. You know, because somebody like me, I feel like in the military, you know, I've been trained to be strong. You know, like, I don't sionangi kitu kubwa na kitu ndogo, but out there you find that what other women are afraid of, for me it's nothing. Yeah. You know, because I remember when I was joining corporate, people were like, Purity, how do you manage to be confident? I mean, you just face people, you speak your mind. I was like, so for me, I'm like, okay, I was not born like this. I think it's my background. It has to do with my background.
Yes.
Yeah, it has to do with that. So yeah, I can say imenisaidia sana. Military has really helped me because the confidence that nimekuwa instilled nayo, oh my God, it's tough out there.
All right.
Yes.
Wow. I don't want us to talk much about this, but maybe, you know, because then we're mourning. I would just love to know what the experience is like when you probably lose a fellow soldier. Have you ever been through that?
Yeah.
You know, at a point of duty or during that moment of duty, and then this phone call comes and you're like, so and so is no more. Have you gone through that? How is it like? I mean, are there counseling sessions that you have to go through because then you have had this connection with a person or an individual for the longest of time? Ama ni ile story tunasikianga, mnamwacha hapo mnasonga mnaendelea, next mission lazima iendelee.
Well, yeah, I've lost friends. Like the Elade thing, yeah, where we lost like quite a number of soldiers. I had friends, I lost like so many friends, people who were very close to me, you know, and it was very, I don't know.
What does it
was very
do to
heartbreaking.
you mentally, emotionally?
Yes, it was very heartbreaking, and I can tell you like, tunakuwa damaged kabisa, because this is somebody that you talk to every day, and then all of a sudden, he's no more. You know, it's very heartbreaking, and then at some point you're like, oh my God, like am I next?
You know,
like yeah.
Are you always prepared for this, like during these sessions of training, and maybe even after it happens? Do you have sessions of, you know, just mental health, you know, counseling, and all that? Yeah,
yes, we do have that, but again, for me, I can say I never went through that. I never went through that, but we have free therapy sessions and all that. If you feel like the soldiers who come from AMISOM, who are wakitoka AMISOM, they go through these therapy sessions and all that. I've never been to AMISOM, but I've experienced some kind of stuff. Yenyata siko tofauti na. Okay, I don't want to compare myself, but you know. I've lost a friend in training when we were in this elite combat. I lost a friend who was very close to me. You know, I watched him die. Oh. So it was very heartbreaking. And then it really damaged kabisa. It really destroyed me because this was a friend that I used to talk to all the time. We used to share a lot. And then now we lose him. I'm seeing, like I saw him die. So I don't want to say how and, you know, but for me, it really let a new thing in my life, you know. It really changed me a lot. And I can say some of the deaths that I've heard or seen, zimenichanged sana. Like even out here, honestly, if I hear about, you know, somebody's death, yes, I'll be sad and all that, but I was like,
oh man, like it takes away some element of humanity in you.
Yes, exactly the point, yes.
Ooh. Isn't that sad? But anyway, isn't that life as well?
It's life.
As we close, what would be your parting shots? Thank you so much for showing up.
So first, thank you so much for having me here today. I really love sharing my story, and you really made this space very safe for me to share and very comfortable. So thank you so much. And I would like to talk to the young women out there, hakuna kitu ngumu. Hakuna kitu ngumu. Don't let anyone discourage you. Don't let anyone don't let anyone discourage you, and don't let people wakufanye usione worth yako. Just believe in yourself. If you want something, go for it. Just go for it.
Wow, beautiful. That's more like it. And there's no better way to say it, especially when it's coming from a person who's literally seen that this is what I want to do. What you would look at as something that is cut for the men, but they went, they actually outshined themselves. You've heard her story, that every single thing that she touched, turned out to be better. And I think equally the story of Mama Loko Wario Guracha, who spoke to us, via Skype. We appreciate as well. Thank you so much. And Purity Abna, thank you so much as well for speaking to us this evening. We could not get a hold of Lucy Mukita, but then again, she sends her apologies for the same. With the rains, the networks will always have a problem. Equally, transports can be something else. But then again, we have to close at this very point. 31 minutes past the top of the hour. Thank you so much for always keeping it TV47. And we look forward to see you again tomorrow. Remember, it will be a conglomeration of activities that will be following up on right from the morning and all the way. So make sure that you keep it TV47. My name is Linda Alela. Do have yourself a lovely night ahead. Thank you so much, Purity.